Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Sadashiva Samarambham Sankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryandam Vande Guru Paramparam. Oh. Is the sound clear? Yes, yes. So in our last sitting, we started the first shloka and the first line or first pada of first shloka. That is Pratah Smarana hrudi samsphuradátmatattvam. Smarami, I am remembering. Here remembering means meditating or contemplating. So I am remembering Prataha in the beginning. Or at first. We can translate Prataha as in the beginning or at first or even as in the morning. So at first or in the beginning, I am remembering or I am contemplating what? Hrudi samsphuradátmatattvam. Atma tattva. I am meditating on the self. Atma tattvam, the real nature of the self. How it is or where it is? Hrudi, in the heart. In the heart. Ishvara sarva bhutanam hruddeshe arjuna tishtati. So says Bhagavan in the Bhagavad Gita. So what is residing in the heart of everybody? That luminous principle, that self, I am contemplating on, I am meditating on, I am remembering always. And it is samsphurat. Sphurat means shining. Samsphurat means shining in the best way. Well shining. So I am contemplating the self which is shining within the heart. That is the sense of the first pada. And all other padas are explaining.
Swamiji, excuse.
Yeah?
Recording has to be done. Unni has to be told to record.
It is recording, Amma. I'm recording it.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
Some more light on Swamiji's face will be nice to have a nice video.
No. So I am remembering or I am meditating or I am contemplating the self which is shining well within the heart. This is the meaning, and all other padas are explaining what is the real nature of the self. Who am I? The first word is saccitsukham. Then second is paramahamsagatim, turèyam. Yatsvapna jágarasussuptamavaiti, nityam. Tadbrahma niskalamaham. Aham, I am. Who am I? So we are starting meditating on ourselves, contemplating what is our real nature. And in the very outset it is said, saccitsukham. Sat chitta sukham. Sat is the existence absolute. We know everything in this universe is existing. I say I am existing. You are saying I am existing. And the whole universal phenomena, they are existing. And what we are seeing or what we are hearing, all are having birth and death, a beginning and an end. So we cannot say what I am seeing or what I am perceiving is existing forever. All the phenomena I am perceiving have a temporal or a temporary existence. So to have that, there must be a substratum, there must be an existence absolute on which all these phenomenal play are existing. What is that existence? Our acharyas, rishis, who discovered Vedas and who proclaimed or exhorted Vedas unto the world, they called that existence by the name Sat. Sat. In our day-to-day life, always we are using the word Satyam. In our common language, we are using Satyam. And actually Satyam comes from Sat. Sat is that which exists, that which is existing, or that which have existence always. That is, which was there and which is there and which will be there. So that remains. In the three times, in the past, in the present and the future, yad trikaleshu badhatidam, that which will not end, or that which is not at all limited by time, which is existing forever, that is Sat. Sat. So we can translate Sat as existence absolute or ultimate existence. That is Sat. Then Chit, Sat Chit. Chit is knowledge absolute. Always we are knowing so many objects of this world. I am seeing, I am hearing, I am touching, I am tasting. So many. I am perceiving these manifested planes in many, many ways. My perception occurs in many ways. And I have that knowledge. I know this, I know that, I will know that. So all these fragmented knowledge, fragmented on the basis of time, on the basis of climate, and on the basis of material differences, that we can say causation, from which all these fragmented cognitions come. That question comes. If we are contemplating on that, if we are going in quest of that, then we will see like waves in an ocean. All these fragmented knowledge are manifesting and dissolving, just like waves in an ocean. They are coming. Now I am seeing this computer screen, and then I am seeing the images of many people who are listening this, and I am seeing many other things also around me. So even now when I am speaking, even now when I am inwardly thinking, all these are happening simultaneously. Even then, there are so many fragmented cognitions. So many. So all these are just like waves in an ocean. For the waves to manifest and dissolve, there must be the ocean, which is the substratum of that, which is the base of that. In the same way, all fragmented cognitions or knowledge, they are sprouting, they are coming up, they are manifesting from the knowledge absolute. And that knowledge absolute is called Chit. That is Chit. And Sukham, saccitsukham. Sukham here, it is to mean Ananda. Because normally when we say Sukham, it is something connected with our senses and mind. When we are having something which is acceptable or which gives us happiness, then we say, I am experiencing Sukham. And that Sukham, of course, it is limited by many things, many factors. The same object which gave me Sukham once will not give me Sukham in another condition. It is varying, it is changing. And at the same time, one object which gave me Dukkham, sorrow, in one set of time or place, it will give happiness in another set of time or place. So it is varying. As the term Sukham is used along with Sat and Chit, which are in the absolute sense, that is absolute existence or knowledge absolute. So when the word Sukham is used along with Sat and Chit, we have to take it as Anandam, not limited Sukham. Always Sukham is relative, always Sukham is limited. So as it is used along with the Sat and Chit, we cannot take in that sense, but we have to take in the absolute sense. When we are taking in the absolute sense, it is Anandam, it is bliss, bliss absolute. So my nature is saccitsukham. I am existence absolute, knowledge absolute, and bliss absolute. This, without the help of any Shastra, we can inquire into our own self and find out. Because everybody in this world knows we are loving ourselves most, more than anybody else. I am loving myself most. So I am the object of my ultimate love. And even our common sense says, when we love an object, it definitely means it gives us happiness. That which gives us happiness, that alone we will love. So we are loving ourselves most means we are giving or we are having happiness or we are getting happiness from our own self. This everybody knows from common experience. Because we are having unlimited happiness in this world when we are in the state of deep sleep. There, no external objects are there. Nobody is around me. Even if many are around me, I am unaware of them. So it is about the state of waking and the sleep, dream state. And in that deep sleep, sushupti, when I am alone, when I am staying without a second, I am getting that ultimate happiness. And that is Anandam. Therefore, my real nature is that of Anandam. So, I am Anandam. In the same way, in ever-changing states of jágarasussuptamavaiti and sushupti, the objects are always changing. The objects of one state, they are not standing in the next state. Even if they are standing, for example, even if I am seeing a person whom I know in the waking state, in the deep dream state, he is or she is in the subtle form, not in the gross form. So that means objects are changing. In the waking and the dream, objects are changing. And in the sushupti, there are no objects at all. I cannot objectify anything. But in all these three states, I am knowing, I am the knower. So I am the knower, and my real nature is that of knowledge, chit. And in the same way, we can analyze these three stages, jágarasupna and sushupti, and find out that our real nature is sat, that I am existing. Because all the three stages are distinct states, entirely different from one state, because Swapna is entirely different from this Jagrat, and both are entirely different from Sushupti. So these are entirely different states through which I am passing. But I know I am above these three states. Irrespective of the state, I am existing. I am existing. So I am Sat. So saccitsukham, that is my real nature. And I am contemplating on that, saccitsukham. See, here a total shift in our attitude is happening. Here what is happening is a total shift. That is, in normal life, we are identifying ourselves with this body, mind, intellect complex. And always I am complaining about my own limitations. I'm a man, I'm a woman. I have this much, I don't have that much. Always so many sorts of comparisons and so many concepts of limitations are always coming. And I am keeping them. Or in other words, they are chaining me. I am within so many knots of, so many chains of these limitations. And all these limitations are coming from one single thought, that I am limited. Limited on the basis of body, mind, intellect complex. And that is the cause. That is the cause for all my sorrows in this world. So the cause for all sorrows is nothing but my own false identification with body, mind, intellect complex. Mainly body. So here what happens is, when I am contemplating on myself, or I am meditating on myself, as such is sukham, a total shift is happening. I am shifting my focus from this body, mind, intellect complex to my real nature. And I am realizing, or I am contemplating, my real nature is Sat, Chit and Ananda. And when that meditation is established within, or when that contemplation is happening without effort, that is when that has become our nature. When it becomes quite natural, there is no more sorrows. there is no more sorrows. All sorrows I am experiencing comes from the false identification. And now I am thinking, I am contemplating, or in the verbal meaning, I am remembering that I am saccitsukham. This is my real nature. This is my real nature. Saccitsukham. Then again it is explained as paramahamsagatim. Paramahamsagatim. We can explain in different senses or ways. Paramahamsa are those who are established in the real self. The real meaning of Paramahamsa is one who is established in his own self, which is Param. Hamsa means Atma. In the Veda, in Samhita and in the Upanishads, there is a mantra. We can see that mantra repeatedly used, even in the Samhita portion and in the Upanishad portion. Hamsa shuchishat vasurantarikshasat hota adrija rutaja. So it goes. The first word is Hamsaha. Hamsa is, one meaning of Hamsa is that which is moving everywhere. That which is moving everywhere. So verbal meaning is Vayu. But indicative meaning is, or indicated meaning is Atma, the all-pervading. Another meaning of Hamsa is that which is killing. That which is the cause for the dissolution of the universe. That is Hamsa. So Hamsa is Atma, the self, or Ishvara, the absolute existence. And that is Param. That is above all limitations. That is above the realm of objectifying. That is Param. So one who is residing in the real self, which is above all limitations, that is Paramahamsa. And another meaning is, Paramahamsa is the highest order of sannyasins. There are 4 types of sannyasins: Kuticaka, Bahudaka, Hamsa, and Paramahamsa. 4 types of sannyasins are there. Kuticaka is one who has renounced his house, his family, but still he is performing Agnihotras, and he is staying in a kuti, in a place of residence, a small abode, a kuti, and he is staying at one single place, but having no connection with family and all. He is a Kuticaka. even though he is having no connection with family and all, but still he is wearing the holy thread and he is doing Agnihotra, fire worship. And the second type of sannyasins is bhutaka. Bhutaka also stays in one place. He's not a wandering monk in the real sense, but he will go for bhiksha and he will collect food from the surroundings of his place of stay. He also performs Agnihotra. And Hamsa is the third type. Hamsa is always contemplating on the self. He is not wearing the holy thread, but he has not renounced the Yajñopavita fully. Instead of throwing away Yajñopavita, he will tie the Yajñopavita in a cloth and will put at the top of his danda. There will be a staff, there will be a danda in his hand, and on the top it will be tied. And keeping the danda as a witness, he will perform all pujas. And of course, Agnihotra also. He is thinking within, I am not doing. And as a witness, this staff, this danda will be kept. Of course, he is finding his food from begging, and he is wearing Garuva cloth. He have no shikha. So that is Hamsa. But he is carrying that danda with him. And the fourth order is, or fourth type of sannyasins is paramahamsa. Paramahamsa sannyasins, they have renounced Yajñopavita, they have renounced danda, they will not carry danda, they have no shikha, they will not do puja, they will not do Agnihotra. All these Vedic karma, they have renounced. And renouncing all eshanas, that is putreshana, my children, vitteshana, my wealth, and lokeshana, my world, my name, fame, all everything. Renouncing all these eshanas, they are residing in the self, always contemplating on the Paramatma, and always considering themselves as Paramatma, Brahma, and always chanting or living in the inner meaning of Mahavakyas. They are called Paramahamsas. So Paramahamsa, of course, when we go to different texts of Vedanta, we will see slight variations in these explanations regarding who is a Kudichaka, who is a Bahudaka, who is a Hamsa, and who is a Paramahamsa. Slight deviations or slight differences are there in many texts. That we have to understand. Because if you are keeping this in mind and look into some other text, you will find some explanations and then some contradictions will come within. So you must understand there are slight deviations or differences in explanation. But this is the sense of that. So Paramahamsa is the highest order of sannyasis, who has renounced everything and who is residing in the constant remembrance of the Paramatma. I am that. So, paramahamsagatim, paramahamsanam gati, that is paramahamsagati. Gati is either the way or path or the goal. The goal to which the path is leading, that is gati. Or the path that leads to the goal, that also is gati. So Paramahamsa gati is that which is the goal of all Paramahamsas, or the path through which Paramahamsas are moving. That is Paramahamsa gati. So the self is the Paramahamsa gati. Paramahamsa is not at all concerned with any other matter of this world. He is not at all concerned. Paramahamsa is seeing this world because he is in the world. He is seeing the world as anybody else. There is no indifference in his sight. But he is not making any differences. He is not making any differences. He is not at all concerned with the external differences of this manifested plane. Therefore, we can say he is always immersed in the self. And who is immersed inside, whatever he is doing outside. He may be playing like a child. He may be acting as if he is a scholar. He may be explaining Shastras. Or he may be moving around as if a crazy man. Whatever be his external appearance or behavior, within the self, inside, he is immersed in the Supreme Self. So that is Paramahamsagati. So I am contemplating on the self, which is the goal of Paramahamsas, or which is the path of the Paramahamsas. Paramahamsagatim. And turèyam. Turèyam, I am remembering here in the verbal sense. We can take it as I am contemplating on the self, which is turèyam. Turèyam is the meaning of this word turèyam is fourth, the fourth. The fourth one. This word is used to mean Atma, the self. So the meaning of turèyam is the self, Atma. The verbal meaning of turèyam is the fourth. In the Samskrita, chatur means four. And that which is connected with the fourth is chatura plus iya. When the pratyaya iya comes, when the pratyaya iya is joined with the shabda chatura, cha will go. Then chatura plus iya means it will become turiya, the fourth. What is the fourth? See, we are living in this world, always moving through three states of existence: Jagrat, Swapna and Sushupti. And we are identifying ourselves with these states. We are experiencing, at the same time we are identifying. This is happening. Even though I am one, even though I am single, I know I am one. But even then, when I am identifying with the waking state, and when I am identifying with the myself with the dream state, there is difference in my own identification. I know it is me. There is no doubt in that. I know it is me. Now I am experiencing waking state, and the same I, same me, experienced the dream state. That I know. I know for myself. But still then, there is difference in my individuality in both these states. I know for myself, I am certain that it is me. But even though I know that, there is a vast change or vast difference in that individuality. Accordingly, Shastra calls me by different names. In the waking state, I am Vishwa. In the dream state, I am Taijasa. And in the deep sleep state, Sushupti state, I am Prajna. I am one and the same. There is no difference. But when I go and stays in one state, it is different from my own individuality in another state. So according to these differences in my individuality, my name differs. So Vishwa, Taijasa and Prajna are my names or my identifications or my individuality in these three different states. And as I am moving through this, I am experiencing this, I know I am not these three. I am above these three. That is why I am moving through this. No state is permanent. Waking state is not permanent. Dream state is not permanent. Deep sleep is not permanent. All these states are coming and going. Or another way, I am going to these three states. For some time I am sitting in one state and I am identifying myself with that. And then I am going to the next state, then that identification changes. Then to the other. And therefore, I am above these three. So Shastra says your real nature is above these three. Above these three means fourth. Your real nature is not these three states, it is above these three, and above these three means fourth. That is why Turiya is used to describe myself. I am Turiya. Many a time we are misunderstanding Turiya as a state of existence. It is not a state. Turiya is not the fourth state. Turiya is not an avastha. There are only three avasthas. Avastha turèyam. No Shastra explains avastha chadushtayam. Only three avasthas are there. So Turiya is not an avastha. It is not a state. It is my real nature, which is above three states. And as it is above three, it is called the fourth. So I am contemplating on myself, which is the fourth. That means which is above three states of existence. I am not Vishwa, I am not Taijasa, I am not Prajna. I am the fourth. Nanda Prajnam, na Bahi Prajnam, no Bhayada Prajnam, na Prajnana Ghanam, na Prajnam, na Prajnam. That is my real nature. I am not Anta Prajna. Anta Prajna is Taijasa, who is making the whole world within and experiencing dream state. I am not that. Na Bahi Prajna. At the same time, I am not Bahi Prajna. Bahi Prajna is one whose consciousness is always going outside. That is in the waking state. I am not that. Now Ubhayada Prajna. I am not somebody or something who is staying in between this waking and dream state. Na Prajnana Ghanam. I am not that Prajnana Ghanam. I am not Prajna, who is experiencing Sushupti. Then a question may come, if it is so, if you are not Ubhayada Prajnam, Anda Prajnam, Bahish Prajnam, then you are not Prajnam. You have no consciousness. No, you cannot say that. I am na aprajnam. Then who are you? Then it is said, adrishtam, avyavaharyam, agrahyam, alakshanam, achindyam, avyapadeshyam, ekatma pratyasaram, prapanchopashamam, shantam, shivam, chaturtham. That is the explanation given in the Mandukya Upanishad for Turiya. That which is not seen, that which cannot be explained, that which cannot be perceived, or that which cannot be defined, Abhyapadeshyam. And my real nature is that which can be realized when Ekatma Pratyaya is there. Now our mind is moving here and there in search of many things, and our consciousness itself is divided into hundreds and hundreds of parts, fragmented cognition. When all this goes, and our self is focused in the self, Atmani, Atmana, that state is Ekatma Pratyaya, having only one Pratyaya within, that is turèyam. And in that state it is said Prapanchopashamam. Prapancha, the external universe, is not there. All has become immaterial or irrelevant. World is there. The universe will be always like this. Elements will be there. And the combinations of elements will be there. But they have no relevance anymore. So he is above these manifestations. So that is Prapanchopashamam. And Shantam. Everything dissolved. And that most auspicious self, Shivam, that is Chaturtham. That is the fourth, turèyam. That is the turèyam. So I am contemplating on myself as turèyam. I am not Vishwa, I am not Taijasa, I am not Prajna. Of course, I am traveling through these three states of existence, but I am not these three. I am turèyam. So saccitsukham paramahamsagatim turèyam. Yatsvapna jágarasussuptamavaiti. Yatsvapna jágarasussuptamavaiti. That which is reaching or knowing three states of existence: Swapna, Jagara, and Sushupta. That is my real nature. Nityam, that which is eternal. Tadbrahma, that Brahma. What type of Brahma? Niskalam, having no limbs, no parts. Kala is limb or part. Nishkalam means that which do not have any parts. Nishkalam. Nacha bhutasañgha. I am not a collection of bhutas. Bhuta means elements. Sankha means collection. I am not a collection of elements. No. So, here in this first shloka, the first two padas, that is half shloka, we have seen. That too, if we are explaining that paramahamsagati and turèyam, we can explain for days and days. But this is sufficient, I think. So, I am remembering or I am contemplating on the self, which is well shining within the heart and which is of the nature of Sat, Chit and Ananda, and which is the goal of Paramahamsas, and which is turèyam. That self I am contemplating. That is the meaning of the first two padas of the first verse, first shloka. The rest we will discuss in our next sitting. So this I think we can discuss the rest of the shloka in our next sitting. And if anybody have anything to ask, without hesitation you can ask. When a discussion follows, then only our study will become exhaustive. So if anybody want to ask anything, without any hesitation, you can ask. If I know, I will reply. Yes.
Hari Om Swamiji. My name is Sunil. So firstly, very enlightening discussion. Thank you so much. I wanted to follow up on, can you hear me, Swamiji?
Swamiji muted, I think.
Oh, okay.
I can hear you, Sunil.
Okay, all right. So Swamiji, the question I wanted to follow up. So while we are remembering this prayer, I understand that when it becomes our swabhava, that is our goal. That is, hopefully we are realized if whatever we are remembering becomes our swabhava. So my question is, how does a realized person feel? I mean, is it a mental is realization a mental activity, or is it a state where we transcend the mind? And what does realization eventually, what is that state? Swami?
See, just like any other knowledge, or just like any other cognition, Atma Jnana also is in the intellectual level. That is, Atma Bodha also is Vrittistha. Vritti Jnana, that is called. So it is in the intellectual level. Because there is no other instrument for us. The greatest instrument we have is our mind and intellect. So Upanishad says, or Upanishad repeats, Manasai Vedam Aptavyam Vijijñāsasva. So many exhortations are there. You realize through your mind and intellect. This is to be realized through your mind and intellect. So says Shastra. But there is a huge difference between the normal process of cognition and Atma Jnana. We are getting both through this intellect, there is no doubt. But there is a difference. And what is that difference? See, when we are ripe enough to do Shravana, that is, when we have the faculty of discrimination, viveka, and when we have developed required level of detachment, that is vairagya, And when we have a control over our own self, senses and intellect, shama, dhamma, and all such sadhana we have, then we can do Shravana. Even without these qualities, one can do Shravana. And through Shravana, one will develop all these. There is no doubt in that. But Shravana will become fruitful in the absolute sense when one have these qualities with it. Viveka, Vairagya and all with it. And when we do that Shravana, that is when we are hearing from Shastra, when we are hearing from our Guru, that our real nature is not this body, mind, intellect complex, and we are Sat, Chit and Ananda. And even after hearing many things in support of that teaching from the Guru and Shastra, doubts will come. So many questions will be coming, one after another. How is this is so? Why it is so? How it can be? So many questions. And if we are sticking on to Shastra and Guru, we are doing Shravana and constant manana, that is ruminating over what we have heard with the help of many logics, that is manana. Then in the initial stage, one after another, questions will come up, but slowly and slowly, we will realize we are getting answers to our own queries. And we will reach to a state which is called nididhyasana. In that state, there is no such questions. There is no need for any more Shravana, because contemplation of the self is quite natural, spontaneous there. It is effortless, without any effort. Our mind and intellect is resting on the self. In this state, when all other relevances or when all other perceptions all goes, when that knowledge, all these are immaterial for me, these are irrelevant, they goes. It's a natural process. We cannot make it or we cannot bring in that state artificially. Through constant Shravana and Manana, it happens. Then our intellect, our vritti is focused. It is staying in the self without a second. And there is no difference between the knower and the known there. that difference goes. That is the difference between normal cognition and the Atmajnana. There the difference of the knower, the known and the knowledge is there. Here that goes. The differences of Triputi, that is no more. And there is another fundamental difference. That is, when I am knowing an object, or when I am cognizing an object, the form of that object is being made in my intellect, in my mind. I am giving light, or I am shining that. And then that realization comes, this is that. For example, I am seeing this paper. When I am realizing or recognizing this is a paper, there are two processes. The first phase, the form of this paper is formed within my mental stuff. And in the second phase, I am shining, I am giving light to that form of paper which is formed within me. So these two processes happens there. But in the Atmajnana, through Shravana and Manana, and in the Dhyasana, of course, the real nature of Atma is formed within. As it is self-effulgent, self-luminous. There is no such a process as I am shining it. No, it is self-effulgent, self-shining, samsphuradátmatattvam. So in normal cognitions, two phases are there. One, formation of vritti, and second, I am shining or I am giving light to that vritti. Then that understanding comes. But in the process of Atmajnana, it is not there. Only formation of vritti is there. The second part is not there. That is the basic difference. So it is not something which is being made as an effect of suggesting. Many people takes this as a result of constant suggestion, I am Atma, I am Atma, I am Atma, or I am Brahman, I am Brahman, I am Brahman. Our consciousness is, because of the effect of auto-suggestion, it is considering ourselves as Brahman. No, it is not so. But because of knowing the real nature, it is not an effect of suggestion. It is simple knowledge. And of course, it is in the intellectual level, but as the self is self-effulgent, self-luminous, there is no triputi, there is no need for somebody else to enshine that vritti. It is self-shining. So that knowledge is there within without any doubt. And that is the personal experience. So this is something to be experienced within. when that experience is there, no more doubt will be there. Chidyante sarva samshayaha. All doubts are being cleared. Chidyante sarva samshayaha. All doubt goes. So that is the greatness of Atma-jnana. This is a very big topic, and we will go through this when we study Shastras in the traditional way. Of course, in this discussion itself, we will go through these aspects many, many times. So we can see there. Namaste.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Swami.
Hari Om Swamiji, I'm Nirmala. Swamiji said, the world will be there, but there will be no relevance anymore. Now, my question is, in daily life, others will think we don't care or we are heartless. How does this work for us in our normal family life?
That's a question. Because in the so-called normal life, you must cry for the world. If you are not crying when you are supposed to cry, the world will say you are a cruel one,
Yes.
heartless one. And he is staying with the weight of the heart. We are flying in this world with a weightless heart. That is the difference. So cry. Show others you can cry. Laugh. In front of others, we can cry and we can laugh. But within, just like a director acting in a cinema. In a cinema, so many actors will be there. So they will be acting as per the direction of the director. What to act next, they don't know. They are not aware of that. Only the director knows. He will direct. In this way you have to act. But imagine the director himself is acting. And it is he who has written the script also. The script is his, direction is his, and he is acting. How he will act? And he can act in the best way. So many directors are there in Malayalam itself, Malayalam cinema itself. So many are there. They will be directing, they will be acting, they will be writing the script, dialogues and all. Like Balachandra Menon, Srinivasan, so many are there. They are doing everything. So they know how to act. What is the next part coming? In the same way, one who is established in this knowledge and for whom the world around has become irrelevant, he can stay in this world and work in this world just like anybody else, without showing any difference outwardly. I am remembering a teacher. In the UP class, upper primary class, he taught English. He was a scholar of English, highly qualified and having that much knowledge also. But daily he used to bring a dictionary to the class. Whenever he comes, there will be a dictionary with him, Oxford. Never did he open that. To a UP class, you see. He was a master of English. Not only that, his English quality was that much high. But still, when he come to the upper primary class, he used to bring a dictionary. But he never used it. I think you got. So in the same way, we can work in this world. We can work. Knowingly live in this world. If people around us are calling, they are heartless, we can cry, we can laugh. There is nothing wrong in that. If we are taking or accepting option number 1, what is that? To be in the world as anybody else. If we are taking the option number 2, that is not at all accepting this world, we can live like Avadhutas.
Yes.
So there is knowingly live, just like a director acts in a cinema. Then the world will not hurt you. Anything else?
Swamiji, namaskaram.
Namaskar.
So I just request you to explain Pratyak Atma, Jiva Atma, Atma. Because somebody asked that, what is the difference, and can you explain? How do we explain?
Yeah. See, Atma is the self. The term Atma comes from the root Ad, Bhakshane, Asu Bhuvi, Ap Vyaptau. From all these dhatus, the word Atma will come. We can derive Atma from all these. So Bhagavan Bhashyakara, in his Bhashya, while explaining the meaning of Atma, quotes a Purana shloka. Yachapnodi yadadatte yachati vishayaniha yachasya santato bhavaha tasmad atmedi kirtyate. So while explaining what is Atma, Bhagavan Bhashyakara, Sankaracharya quotes this shloka from Linga Purana. Yachapnodi yadadatte yachati vishayaniha yachasya santato bhavaha tasmad atmedi kirtyate. Yachapnodi, that means apnodi. Apnodi is praptau. What is reaching? What is reaching everywhere? We say, I am here now. And I have reached such and such place. I am here. So the question comes, who is? When I say I am here, who is here? When I say I am reaching or I reached, the question is, who is reaching? Not the body. Of course, body is. Not the mind. Of course, mind is. But who is reaching really is something or someone above body, mind, intellect complex. And because he is reaching, body, mind, intellect complex also reaches. So, yachapnodi, who is that? Then second is yadadate. Adate, that means taking. Yadadate, what is taking? I am saying, I am taking this paper. I am taking this paper by the hand. Or I am taking this book. This book I am taking. By the hand I am taking. Who is taking? Not the hand. Who is making the hand to take? Because whom the hand is taking. Yachadate, yadadate. That is the second meaning. And third meaning is yachati vishayaniha. Yachati vishayaniha. Who is eating vishayan, objects. That is having, experiencing objects. Atti means eating. Eating here means seeing through eyes, hearing through ears, and of course eating through mouth. That is experiencing or getting in. So who is doing that? When I say I am seeing this object, who is seeing? Yachati vishayaniha. And the fourth meaning is yachasya santato bhavaha. Yachasya santato bhavaha. What is his real nature? When I am saying I, of course, body, mind, intellect complex is there, identification with them is there, but still, what is my real nature which is sustaining or which is surviving? I was then and there, and I am now here in this form, and I will be. So what is that which is staying in all these three states? Yachasya santato bhavaha. Tasmad, therefore, atma idi kirtyade. It is called atma. So one who is behind all these manifestations, one who is behind all these cognitions, one who is behind all these activities, who is that? That is Atma, my real self. That is the meaning of Atma, the self. And comes the second question, what is Pratyagatma? Pratyak means that which is inside. The meaning of Pratyak is that which is inside. That is the root Anju is to mean movement, Anju Gatau. When the prefix Prati comes, the Shabda Pratyak derives. That which is inside, that which has gone inside, that which is inside, that which is existing inside, that is Pratyak. So Pratyak cha asau Atma cha idi Pratyagatma. The self that is inside. That is the meaning of Pratyagatma. Everybody, whether he is a scholar, he is a layman, everybody says, I am. I am. That is thinking I am somebody inside. Even though I am not inside or outside, I am what I am, but still we are considering ourselves as something or somebody within. In that sense, we are saying Pratyagatma, the Atma, the self which is inside. And the third one is Jivatma. The dhatu, the root Jiva means Jiva Pranadharane. Pranadharane. That is, Jiva is having prana. Having prana. So Jivatma means
prana.
The Atma, the self with the prana.
Yeah.
That means we have an identification with his body, mind and intellect.
Intellect complex.
When that identification is there, we are Jivatma. We are in the form of Jivatma. Then comes the question, is the Jivatma real or unreal? It is real. Just like the reflected sun on a mirror is real. And when we inquire more and more, we will see that reflection is made because of that mirror. And the real nature of that reflected sun is the original sun, which is without a second. In the same way, the Jivatma is made of these instruments, body, mind, intellect complex. And when we negate that, we will reach the real Atman, which is Brahman or Paramatman. So, our discussion on this Atma, Pratyagatma and Jivatma invariably take us to Paramatma. I think it is clear.
Clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now our time is over.
Next week.
We can meet next.
Yeah. Om.
Om
Sarve
Sahanavavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu
Bhunaktu
Saha Viryam Karavavahai
Tejasvinavati Tamastu Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om.
Namaskar, Swamiji.
Namaste, namaste, namaste.